You have to have a vision, and then you have to be able to go out every day and be like, all right, I'm going to wake up and take the step towards it.
Super excited about our guest today, Matt Manasse.
The coaching side of it, and someone who's, I don't know, dynamic and can get along well with people. Maybe that was a skill set that I had. A lot of outreach to different managers, and just like whenever someone offered an opportunity, oh, do you want to drive here and coach this person? Do you want to fly here and do this? It was always kind of a yes early on. That's why I came to you. I was like, I gotta get threaded up to look good doing the broadcasting. So I've done stuff for Tennis Channel, NBC, ESPN,
Cool.
And then now, hosting a lot of branded corporate events, and have a venue business, a paddle business. So everything on the pickleball side of things.
Welcome to Thread Talks, where we stitch together tales of style and substance. Join us as we chat with industry icons, master tailors, innovators, and business experts. We'll discuss how to look and feel your best. Explore how fashion shapes our lives, the artistry behind custom clothing, and the deep stories woven into the fabric of our identities. Here's your host, Peter Roberti of Adrian Jules.
Welcome back to the Thread Talks podcast. Super excited about our guest today, Matt Manasse. He is also known as Matt McNasty, the Pickleball Coach of the Stars. Matt, thanks for being on the show today.
Of course, I'm pumped to be here. You got the name right. It sounded nice and Italian. I like it.
Right? Hey, so before we kind of jump right into the show, why don't you walk us through a little bit, tell us a little bit about yourself, your story, so everybody could kind of get an understanding of who we're dealing with here.
Yeah, no, I have a whole tennis background. I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania, so not too far from you guys, a couple hours away.
Right.
Tennis background, played college tennis, then coached collegiately and professionally, a couple top 50 women on tour, Ali Risk, Shelby Rogers. Nice. I played myself at USC and Purdue, so I have a pretty good tennis background. And during the pandemic, the tour got canceled, shut down Indian Wells, where I was at, went home to Pennsylvania and kind of stumbled into pickleball now 4 years ago. And was bored, and that COVID summer started playing really well back in Erie, Pennsylvania. And I was like, man, I want to have my shot at playing professional pickleball. I was seeing on Instagram and social media. And I went out to California, played my first pro event. And while I was there, I met Doug Ellen, the creator of Entourage. And the courts we were going to that week and the places we were seeing, I was like, wow, like, this is really like Hollywood. This is what I wanted to do, something in entertainment forever. I wanted to be a sports agent. Entourage is my favorite show. And I kind of was like, all right, I think maybe pickleball can be my way in. And I moved out to LA a month later, got a 350 square foot garage studio in the Palisades. Was renting that. A lot of spiders in that small place. It wasn't great. But I started the program at the Riviera Country Club, which is pretty well-renowned country club here. A lot of producers, actors, managers, everything belonged to that club. Started the program there about March 2021. And my first few clients happened to be the wives of, Larry David, Ari Emanuel, Jim Burkess, some big time people in the entertainment industry. And we all became close and friendly, and, organically from that kind of started working with a lot of different stars, now Jamie Foxx, Emma Watson, Drew Brees, Matthew McConaughey, a bunch of different names, and have turned that kind of, coach of the stars mantra into now a commentary business. So, that's why I came to you. I was like, I gotta get threaded up to look good doing the broadcasting. So I've done stuff for Tennis Channel, NBC, ESPN,
Cool.
And then now, hosting a lot of branded corporate events, and have a venue business, a paddle business. So everything on the pickleball side of things, I am doing.
Wow. So, I just want to back up 2 steps, because one of the things, not only did some of the people that you're working with, but how did you decide to just make that first step of getting that apartment for, 350 square foot apartment? I'm just trying to understand what was going through your mind when you when you made that decision and, when you first saw that apartment, like, and you're like, I mean, I know myself, I'd be like, holy cow, what am I doing here?
Yeah. I mean, that first trip out to LA, at least during COVID, I'd been there plenty of times before, especially as a college coach. So All Americans, which is a big college tennis event for the women, was held at the Riviera Country Club. So I knew about the stars there. We actually had run into Mark Wahlberg when I was coaching at Oklahoma State. Hillary Swank, just a bunch of different people that belong there. And yeah, that 10 days week that I was in LA during COVID, I was like, if I moved to LA, like the place I would need to start at would be the Riviera Country Club. And I was, I asked to stay in Doug's guest house. He said no. I didn't really know him that well, but I was like, I was asking anyone I knew that had a tie to California. Sure. I was like, how can I stay close to Palisades or, the west side of LA? I need, and I put kind of something out on social media, and someone was like, actually through a friend of a friend, they're looking to fill their garage studio. And it looked a little bigger online. I got to say that. And then I got in there, and 350 square feet when you're, I don't know, I'm 35 now, 31 at the time. I had lived in, not huge places by any means, but, decent apartments in normal places. I'm like, God, this is like, I had a one burner, stovetop burner, a mini fridge and a mini freezer, basically just my bed. And that was it. And it was like, all right, this is kind of time to start over. See if I could really hustle and kind of build something for myself from the ground up a little bit. And it's been a fun ride. I mean, I think it was a blessing because being in such a small place, like I didn't like being in my apartment, right? So I was out. Once I woke up in the morning, it was like, I'm going to shower and I'm going to go and figure this out here in LA.
Wow. So let me ask you, because I know we've got, stylists and, people in the clothing industry that they say, I want to work with celebrities or athletes. And what's that like? What would you tell them? One, what's it like working with them? And, how hard is it to kind of break that into that market?
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of it happened organically, obviously. Not that everyone is a good stylist or makes quality products and clothing like you guys. There are others, I'm sure, around the country that make great stuff, right? There's stylists out here in LA and stuff like that. I think, for me personally, it was unique in the fact that there wasn't pickleball is kind of, relatively new. The coaching side of it, and someone who's, I don't know, dynamic and can get along well with people. Maybe that was a skill set that I had. And organically just started working with them and kind of chasing that. It was a lot of outreach to different managers, and just like whenever someone offered an opportunity, do you want to drive here and coach this person? Do you want to fly here and do this? It was always kind of a yes early on.
What you went for it?
Yeah, I went for it. And I think, I don't know, I was always myself. If someone, wasn't good to me or the people around me, then I wouldn't work with them. But I think, 99% of both celebrities and, other clients I had are really good people that treated me really well, and the people that are around me really well. And then it worked. So, my goal, for pickleball at least, was make sure they have a good time and make sure they learn something. Obviously, I think you just want to make people feel good no matter what industry you're in. In the clothing business, you want to make sure they look good and feel good and they're going to act good. On the pickleball court, I want to make sure they sweat and have a good time and leave feeling like, all right, that hour or hour and a half was a great part of their day.
Yeah. It's funny. My sister, we had, in town here, it's crazy. I feel like there's indoor pickleball, facilities going up all over the place. And, she, got a bunch of friends together and we were all playing pickleball. And there was a debate whether or not pickleball was going to be a high school and college sport. I mean, what's your thoughts on that? Do you feel like that's, that could happen, or is that, I don't even know. Is that?
Yeah, no. So, I mean, it's already happening. There's a university in Pennsylvania, I believe, that has scholarships already for pickleball.
Really?
So that's starting to happen. The PPA Tour has a full junior schedule. So like, 12 and under, 14 and under. So they're starting to have junior events, which is obviously pouring into high school. Duper, which is a rating system, has kind of a Duper collegiate tour where they have like national championships as well. So yeah, it is definitely leading into every facet of competition, college, high school, and even below high school. People love to play. It's a small court, and yeah, you can get out there and have fun.
You think it's more of what do you think is expanding faster though? You think it's more of that from a competitive standpoint, or do you think it's more like social that's growing quicker? Because it seems like, at least the place that I was at, like every single court was booked, and then they have a brewer, like a little bar in there too. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Is it more social? Is it more competitive? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think both are growing. I think the numbers, though, on the recreational side are just way higher, right? Like there's way more. There's 30-something million people that picked up a paddle last year.
Wow.
There's only 100 pros, real pros on tour. So yes, the pro tour is growing, but the numbers are significantly higher with the recreational side. I'm invested and a chief brand ambassador of a pickleball restaurant and club in Charleston, and we're expanding called cool. Crush Yard. So yeah, just like we have, 8 courts, it's all indoors, full food and beverage, 410 seats or something like that. So it's 42 flat screen TVs. So it's a place for people to come and, watch their favorite game. There we have arcade, all that stuff, and pickleball.
Really?
And obviously we have over 350 pickleball members. Plus it's open to the public, and, facilities like ours are popping up all over the country because there is such a big demand, for courts. Like that's the supply is not where it needs to be right now.
Wow. That's awesome. I mean, so wait, what, I just want to back up 2 steps. I mean, what other, it seems like you got a ton of projects going on. What do you got cooking right now? Like what are you most excited about, I guess?
I mean, I think I'm excited about a lot of it. Crush Yard is very exciting, just because I think we're expanding. We're going to go into Orlando, Nashville, and Huntsville, Alabama next. So that'll be exciting. So I'll get to be in a lot of those places. We should put one in Rochester, but we'll see. Yeah. We'll get there soon. I think I have a show I'm working on with Tennis Channel, potentially a celebrity show. I like doing the broadcasting there. So we've done a pilot and all of that. But just, I think like organically, I want to work on my social content a little more. I have some ideas that I'm going to start kind of pouring back into that. And then I love the emceeing and the hosting. Like I just did an event with Amazon Pharmacy in Austin for 3 days during South by Southwest. We had Andy Roddick come. We had Josh Richards at the VP of Amazon Pharmacy, Ben Johns, Colin Johns, the number 1 doubles team in the world in pickleball. So I like getting on a mic and just like riffing and being sarcastic and like running a good event. I think it's a blast.
So what happened? So how many people come to this event, or what does that event look like?
Yeah, so that one, obviously Amazon Pharmacy was backing it. It was streamed live on YouTube and the PPA's channel, which is the Professional Pickleball Association, and on the Dink, which is a big social media platform in pickleball. You had the people who were live in attendance, a couple hundred from South by Southwest. And then Pickleball TV and Tennis Channel were filming it to then repackage it later. So yeah, it was just bringing sponsors in and people in to kind of draw awareness to Amazon Pharmacy. I mean, just thinking about it here on the podcast, it would be cool, maybe some type of like fashion event where there's pickleball, and then on the side, people can get fitted for their suits and their jackets and all that stuff, and then off and away they go.
Listen, we could figure something out.
that would be cool, like some type of like runway fashion show with pickleball, and then get people threaded out during. It would be amazing.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. I love where your head's at. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I feel like you've just have a ton of stuff that's happened to you over the past 3-4 years. I mean, would you have, would you have said if somebody told you this is what, if you go out to, to LA, this is what's going to happen to you, would you have believed that?
Never. I had a vision to definitely get into the industry. I thought maybe it would lead to, short answer, no. To do what I'm doing now, no, I wouldn't have believed it. But I had a vision to get in the industry.
You have to have some type of vision.
Yeah, in my mind, it was more like, all right, I'm gonna teach a lot of these big time people, managers, actors, athletes, and then someone's gonna give me a job as an agent, and the rest is history, right? I'll just be an agent and but I don't know, when you're out here, not just here but anywhere, but especially in LA, you kind of realize no one's gonna give you anything. No one's offering you the interview. You have to go and take and make everything for yourself. That hasn't changed 4 years ago till now. It's still the same. If I want to create a content series, no one's going to go out and help me do it. It's going to have to be me. I'm going to have to hire a videographer. I'm going to have to hire an editor. I'm going to have to make all the bookings. My manager is only going to be as good as the opportunities that I bring to him to negotiate. So it's, you have to have a vision. And then you have to be able to go out every day and be like, all right, I'm going to wake up and take the step towards it. And I think that's what I've tried to do every day.
Love it, man. I love it. Yeah, definitely. That's awesome. I'm super excited to see, all these stuff that you got going on, how that kind of unfolds. It's going to be awesome, man. Good stuff.
Pumped.
All right. So is there, I just want to ask you a couple other questions here. Is there any tips that, especially because I'm new to pickleball, so any advice or tips that you'd give me that is kind of universal that, that you might give me, for being kind of, a novice to the sport?
Yeah. You don't want to be too wristy when balls are below the level of the net. Okay. So more square paddle faces, kind of pushing the paddle face through the ball, a lot like shoulder would be your hinge. Okay. So that's a big one. Yeah. As you get up to the kitchen line, you want to square off your shoulders. I think a lot of people turn too much and do too much. You want to keep that, paddle out in front of you. You want to make everything's out in front of you. Once things get behind your body, it's trouble. So you want to stay square. And it's okay to slow things down. The ball, you don't have to make decisions as quickly as some people think, especially early on. Obviously, as you get to the pro level, which maybe someday,
I don't know.
Then decisions need to be made faster. But at the beginning, you just want to go out, have fun, make a lot of balls, make sure you're a supportive teammate, and just enjoy it. But square paddle faces and don't be too wristy.
I love it. That I could do. That I think I could do. Well, hey, Matt, thank you again for jumping on the show. Of course. It was awesome getting to know you on a little bit deeper level. So this was good, man. Thank you so much.
I'm pumped. Thanks for having me. This is great.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
That wraps up another episode of Thread Talks. To dive deeper into the stories and expertise shared today, make sure to check out the show notes for more about our distinguished guests and the exceptional craftsmanship at Adrian Jules Custom Clothier. Loved what you heard? Don't forget to hit 5 stars, leave us a review, and remember, dress to impress today. When you look great, you feel great.